после вот этих фрибетов, типа, половину закрыть — это кайф. А ты уже врубил стрим?
Да.
Ладно, тогда пока занимайся.
А чё? Ты выйдешь?
Я хотел напиздеть на кого-то. Лучше не буду.
Все равно никто не смотрит, кроме Никиты Даниловского.
Ну все. Не выучится на него напиздеть, он увидит. Классика. Так. Маски.
О, шрифт для дислексиков, это мне надо.
А что там со шрифтом происходит в этот момент?
А я не знаю, ничего не произошло.
Шрифт для дислексиков. Может, ну как-то подвыделилось?
О, интеграция с Twitch есть. Используя эту возможность, стримеры могут создавать вопросы, которые позволят зрителям влиять на ход игры. Голосовать за варианты ответов в диалогах. Выбрать временные бонусы и негативные последствия для основных характеров героя. В любое время просматривать страницу персонажа и журнал. Да, прикольно. Но я стримлю на ютубе. Увы, я...
Это ты, блядь, как... Я не знаю.
Не, ну я могу...
Блин, блин, прикольно, но я живу в России. Такая отговорка.
Это неплохо было, неплохо. Принять, конечно. Выйти. Настройки. Управление. Обалдеть. Большое управление. Все, новая игра.
А Disco Elysium это что?
Ролевая игра.
А ты в роли кого будешь? Самой дорогой эскортницы?
Да. Я...
Быстро остановился.
Я мыслитель. Невероятно умен, плохо в общении с людьми, знает много интересных фактов, мыслит нестандартно.
Ну, короче, сам за себя решил
Я
поиграть.
медиум, имеет развитые психологические способности, обаятельный, но неуравновешенный. Можно начать терять рассудок. Я спортсмен. Отлично развит физически. Нет, это вообще говно какое-то. Взаимодействует с окружающим миром, используя свое тело. О, это неплохо, кстати. Звучит как проститут. Не, ну, наверное, мыслитель. Это я в
Привет.
жизни. О, привет.
Извините, пожалуйста. Короче, ты, Николай, только в левом ухе, если что.
На стриме?
Да, только в левом ухе. И второе, топи за психологию.
А почему я только в левом ухе?
Ну, я что знаю.
А я
твои
догадываюсь,
настройки.
почему. Я догадываюсь.
А почему?
Ну,
Догадался?
Все нормально. Вот, насколько, кстати, я понял, тут очень важно психологию. Потому что когда я играл, почти все тесты были психические.
Появился?
Сейчас.
Ау-ау-ау.
Четко. И комменты. Все, появились.
Хорошо?
Закрыто как будто. Да.
There is nothing. Only warm primordial
Сосо на
blackness.
стриме сидит?
Не, он
Your
играет.
Я
conscious
в Элден играю, но я на
immensity,
стриме по факту.
no
я просто
larger
подумал,
than a
что ты на
single
демке.
grain of malt. You don't have to do
Надо
anything
скрипку читать,
anymore.
А, не
Ever.
знаю.
Сейчас вот спать не
Never.
захочется.
Ever. Never, ever, ever,
По приколу,
baby.
охота.
An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
Миствуд. Так вот, куп.
You got it, sweet
Ah,
brother.
понятно, так я
Nothing upon nothing upon nothing.
Так.
I know you do, baby.
Никита здесь?
I know.
Да, сэр.
Coming
Yes, sir.
right up, sir.
Этот,
Smooth
тебе уже
passage.
я тебе поведал историю о том, как я поднялся на ставках и выжил.
All right. Nothing down
Короче,
to fuck
залутали
all
фрибет из
bar.
4 букмекерок с типами. Я что-то 5 или 6 тысяч заработал, вывел и теперь доволен жизнью.
Я
Всё, и
1500 выводил.
Ну вот, и я не подсел при этом.
Я тоже.
Not you.
Я
Your
Я
days of
типа
giving a shit
с
and
первого
being
вывел
that type of
1800,
animal were
вроде как,
over.
а второй 200, и вот с третьей еще что там, полторашку вроде.
Ну, я, типа, ставил только на НБА, но когда у меня началась работа, я понял, что,
you
типа, я не могу ставить на
really?
НБА, потому что это надо не спать. А такие... Ну, короче, фишка тоже сейчас можно выводить в ставку. Типа, твоя команда выигрывает, тебе такие говорят, слушай, давай ты выведешь несколько коэффициентом 2, 1,8 и не рискуешь. А из-за того, что ты это скипаешь, ты, по сути,
The
лутаешь
song of
деньги. У меня так
death
что-то
is
осталось на балансе
sweet
400, я
and
начал там
endless.
50 на один матч, 50 на
But
второй.
what is
Просто
this?
2 дня у меня 0 на балансе.
Somewhere in the soul,
А
bloat,
мы вот наоборот за
like
2
a
дня вот
fly
это
to the
все.
ointment.
Ну
Your
просто один тип
conscience sticks to
въебал
it.
свои бабки после. Ну
The
фрибеты это
leaden-headed
гениальная тема.
machine of pain.
Кто это
An
придумал, это
undignified
гений.
suffering
Мы
is
на доту
firing
ставили
up
вот 2 дня.
again. It wants to walk
На
the
футбол
desert,
мы поняли, что ставить нельзя, это вообще какой-то
Работал,
рандом
стройки
ебаный.
стирали.
longing,
Нахуя, если мы за 2
dancing to
дня 5000
disco
заработали? Ну
music.
я вот себе Элден купил на эти бабки.
Бля.
Чё?
The stench of liquor
В смысле,
rises
бля,
from
не
your
понял.
mouth,
Я не сказал,
and
бля, я
with
сказал,
it
бля.
an
Осудительное, бля.
ungodly
Почему осудительно, не
headache.
понимаю.
То потому что, бля, я не понимаю, как в это играть можно. Ну, просто мне жанр не заходит. Меня кто-то не поймет, когда я буду на ГТАшку 10 тысяч откладывать. Ну как, они уже, по сути, можно сказать, отложены на ГТАшку.
Не, ну на
Больше
GTA
охота
понятно.
купить.
Ну я просто еще по 30% скидки взял тоже.
Да,
Ну,
вообще.
Я не знаю, я...
Не, ну справедливости ради, я купил себе коллекцию Mass Effect,
A
знаю, что
fiery
даже
streak
вряд ли буду их
penetrates
проходить.
your
Я
skull,
просто знал, что они у меня
trying
должны
to
быть по
force
всякий
your
случай.
eyes up.
Somehow, you
Учитывая,
know
что я
what it
половину
is.
из этих частей
A
уже прошел
caprice can make them
до момента,
multiply.
как они стали.
Не, ну а я как бы... У меня Элден на плойке куплен. На плойке-то нет, это как бы для дополнения вышло, нужно на плойке купить.
Нет, тогда ты точно дойдешь.
Почему? Я просто думал, что мы с друзьями, которые тоже на ставках сидели со мной, я думал, что они тоже Элден купят и будут со мной играть. А они долбоёбы, один слился, а другой говорит, а другой задний дает.
Долбоёбы. Нет, Стасон.
Так,
Облажался один ты. Это
почему нет? Я сижу
мнение.
кайфую уже 4
Не,
часа.
ну
до
если
сего
ты прям
играл.
реально кайфуешь, и оно стоит свои сколько? 3000? Ты его купил?
Я же 2800 купил.
Да, вообще. Для 2800 это халява.
За
Если прям
2800...
сильно нравится.
Нет, 2800 это халява в любом
Николай,
случае.
вот-
Игра на 200 часов.
С такими типами я на волейболе с ветеранами играл. Они тоже в раздевалке все в трусах были.
Кто там у тебя в трусах был?
Да я, короче, на волейболе играл. Просто захожу, уже просто несколько голых дедов. И один сидит, пересчитывает деньги и сдачу мне дает с 300 полностью голый с широко раздвинутыми ногами. Это странная картина.
Кайф. Ну, короче, я считаю, что Элден это вообще супер крутое вложение. Ты вместо Доты и КС будешь сидеть играть в Элден, типа за эти бабки 200 часов охуенной игры. Не
А
знаю,
Baldur's
по-моему,
Gate?
это супер выгодно. Ну, мне Baldur's Gate не понравилось. Я 10 часов не вывез поиграть.
Ну, ты слаб.
Я не слаб, я ее купил за свои бабки.
Мне осталось пройти 2 задания, и я прошел игру. Но я не хочу в это даже заходить.
Настолько уебищная игра?
Ну как, насколько уебищно? У меня там 100 с чем-то часов.
Ну,
могу
вот.
назвать её
А у меня был
уебищной.
не 200, по-моему, у меня даже платина
Просто
на
я к
плойке
тому,
была.
что кого-то бы... Что-то жесткое должно случиться, чтобы я зашел пройти эти 2
A mirror
миссии.
hangs
За
above a
когда ты
bent
просто
and
100 часов
broken sink.
марафонишь.
In a fierce discharge of masculine
Например,
умираешь.
что
passion,
жесткое должно
someone has
случиться?
ripped half the faucet off.
Вот мне
Was
говорят,
this
братишка,
not the
ну хотя
same
не, если не скажешь,
evil
что я
that
завтра умру, я
founds
точно не пойду
empires
в
and
Baldur's
lays
Gate
waste to
играть.
cities?
Осталось
Virile,
20 часов.
uncaring
Ну ладно,
towards
тогда
как
нет,
это
тогда
living
вообще,
things?
походу, нет каких-либо условий для Baldur's Gate.
Probably not, no. Hot water sprays from the faucet's
Вашему
base,
другу
and
осталось
steam
недолго.
covers the mirror.
Хотите его проведать
You cannot
напоследок?
see yourself. Just a
Захожу
bit.
к нему
Suddenly,
грустно.
you realize you have no memory
медсестрой.
of the face that awaits you
Соси мой
there
хуй быстрее,
underneath
дура!
the soft vapor.
Это ты
As
сам
you
придумал?
slowly
Это
reach
это
your hand
настрой.
towards the surface
Ну,
of the
мемы
mirror.
с устроем.
Ну там разве
Ну,
такой контекст был?
Так у меня, по-моему, в канале даже залит этот видос. Да.
Бля, Стас, я давно не в твоем канале.
Ну да, у меня есть канал, и что? Задавайте
Я знаю,
вопросы.
что у тебя
Yeah.
канал, просто
There is definitely
ты
something wrong
понимаешь,
with
ты
it.
перенасытил аудиторию контентом.
У меня слишком охуенный контент.
Нет, его слишком много, и впаду его смотреть.
Where
Типа,
to even
аудитория
begin?
должна голодать.
There is the
Типа там, не
bloatedness.
знаю,
А, так ты у меня
Then the
2-3
тоже в
swollen.
канале
видосика в день.
сидишь.
It's
Да
like
уже нет, я ливну, потому что это было перенасыщение. Ты потому что когда срешь, ты выкладываешь сразу по 5 видосов.
Ты что,
You
радуйся,
hear
что
a
ты у меня
jingle.
у тебя у меня в ТикТоке
Keys
нет,
are
я по 20
clinking in the
видосов
pocket
могу
of your
прислать.
flare-cut pants. It says whirling in rags on the aluminium
Аудитория
keyring.
должна голодать. Ты
The
должен, ну, там,
whirling
днем и
in
вечером
rags.
задать. Вот, там, не знаю, там, у человека
Я не
2.
знаю, моим кентам все нравится, они ставят лайки и смеются.
Да я
Он
видел,
просто...
сколько у тебя какашек было.
Нет,
Он
просто...
теперь запретил какашки ставить вообще.
Нет, я не запретил, там бусты отжались,
Я не
короче.
запретил, просто их... Нет. Просто их никто не ставит.
Нет, там все не так было. Там просто у типов ТикТока нет, и они там
The
реально
window
всех голодают
stands
по
broken
ТикТоку,
in its
поэтому
frame.
ТикТок,
Почему
который не
оно
видел, то, что я выкладываю.
А?
Чё?
А как ты это делаешь?
Что именно?
Только что она была на английском, только что стала на русском, опять на английском, опять на русском.
Кьюшка меняет.
Он
язык.
перевел.
А,
Он просто клавиатуру перевел на другой язык.
А у меня есть шанс вообще до 92?
The shards
А ты что в
face
итоге взял?
outward.
А, не
Whatever
помню.
broke this window came from
Сейчас.
the inside.
Так.
A fine
Николай,
web of
сколько тут
scarring
порослить
covers the
можно
back
будет?
of your right hand, but none of it is recent. More likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact. It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. The single green shoe you found fits the hole almost as well as your foot. It would have also been heavy enough if thrown. Congratulations. You smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you only have one. If you're lucky, you could still
Когда ты не
find the
сидишь
other
на
one on
стриме
the
и не
balcony
смотришь демку, а
outside.
человек просто иногда так
The
ехидно
door to it should be
посмеивается, это
outside your
забавно.
room.
Может, это не я?
You mean someone
Может,
else
это и
took
не
your
ты.
shoe off and smashed the window with it? This person also forced the drinks on you. A cool wind gushes in. Your
Найти ботинок. Будет исполнено.
А ты играл?
Я?
Нет, ну я не очень люблю какую-то всю люблю. Только если с девочками. Ну, пока не срослось.
Не стоит в эту игру играть с девочкой.
Почему?
Хоть ты и не об этом.
Хоть
Потому что, ну,
я
короче,
не об этом. Всё.
я тебя могу просто кое-что попросить сделать в этой игре.
Ну,
Но это
ну.
чуть тебе заспойлерит в ближайшие 5 минут, типа, что ты найдешь.
Ничего не надо, я галстук.
Ну вот и все. И ботинок.
Ну, ботинок я уже нашел.
There they both are. Two identical shoes, both copiously green and like two baby crocodiles. Good, they're balanced, comfy. Feels like
Вот та игра, в которой я не хочу ни советов, вообще ничего не хочу.
это самая игра, в которую я не хочу играть.
Да?
Вот этот тип на МПК похож, на самом деле.
Ну, что-то в нем есть такое, да.
Нет, ты сейчас по поведению ситуацию найдешь. Ну,
Что
хотя,
спойлеришь?
наверное, я так понял, что ты по диалогам с каким-то существом уже понял, что...
Hello, officer.
Ты спалилишь, что ли, Никита? Ты что,
Нет,
больной?
ничего.
the young woman
Ты
raises
как
a
младший брат,
cigarette
который,
to
знаешь,
her.
сидит
Her
рядом,
eyes
когда
are
ты
brown
играешь.
and her face
Ты
is
сейчас тут
speckled
это
with
поймешь, ты сейчас
birthmarks.
тут вот это увидишь.
She can't be more than
Нет,
20.
уже по диалогам уже все было понятно, когда этот...
A silver jumpsuit falls off her like
Сходи
scalpels,
сюда,
sparkling.
сходи туда.
This is the sparkle of too many nights out on the city.
Анастейша. Анастейша Тарниш Типер,
no.
так называемый. Ух ты. Да, Анастейша, не занимайся.
Because you're a police officer, sir.
Охуеть. Вот это она стоишь раздавателя.
I'm not. Unless you've been shitting us all this time. You've been here for 3 days on official police business. Couldn't say. In truth, so far.
You have no doubt about the drinking. But do you strike yourself as a tight-lipped drunk? She must have heard something.
Of course. Be careful, officer. They don't like the police around here.
Something stirs in you as she's about to go. Call it an instinct, a need. The need to ask questions. She looks back at you, a light glinting off her eyes. You're a cop, Harry. It is unnatural of you not to want to ask questions.
Yes. There was the usual ruckus. Loud disco music. I couldn't say. It's impossible to hear people speaking from over here. Oh, yes. Various artists. Ostentatious art.
Oh, that. Yeah. Whoa.
Охуеть.
The less said.
Oh, were huge where I come from. I was very young then, of course. Like 7. Life gets hard, but we go on. It would appear so.
Николай.
At around 2 o'clock, the disco
тут?
stopped
Да.
and
Все
it
увидел.
was a change of pace.
Все вижу.
Ну, что-то не
A
двигалось какое-то
slow,
время.
sad song started
Он читал,
playing,
наверное.
like
Наверное.
organ music
Так
on
называемый
repeat.
текст для
That
дислексиков.
went on for quite a while.
Правда,
Some
я
of
не
the time
могу
you were yelling along
в
to
эту
it.
игру. Не мог в эту игру играть из-за того, что
Okay.
очень много текста.
Слишком много
It's
букв.
51.
Перенасыщение просто
The
первый
current
день.
Тебе от всего
century.
перенасыщение, Никита. Может, это все-таки что-то твоя
Centuries
какая-то
don't
проблема?
have numbers. They have civilization has existed for 8,000 years, sir. Yeah?
Ну, как будто от работы у меня пока нет перенасыщения. Ну, там просто
Перестань
Glad to have
работать.
been of assistance.
Так от нее, наоборот, нет перенасыщения.
А,
Потому что
ты
там
полюбил с
мотивация.
канала. Ну, смотри дальше.
This fan has 2
Ay.
chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself
Короче.
to one of the blades.
Рискуем.
Мы не
You reach
рискуем,
out
мы
to
не
grab
входим
the
в
tie.
азарт.
But what's
Поставили,
this?
забрали.
Diffuse radiating chest pain. This is bad.
Я получил урон.
Feels like sharp stones grinding in your chest and keeping you from moving. For quite a long, still ongoing. Finally, the pressure recedes. You know what you should do. You should stop do it if you want to die. The blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to
Я
reach the
худший
tie now.
мусор. Ай.
You swoop up and catch the tie.
Изи.
Snap. What you have in your hand is a truly hideous necktie. A terrible mistake. Turn the lights off immediately. You can practically feel the photons burning a hole
Скажи, я
in your
все-таки
brain.
худший мусор.
Почему?
Я умер.
Худший
The
мусор это
lights
плохой
are
полицейский.
The switch must be
такие слова
broken
даже на
because
ютубе
nothing
сами.
happens.
Я спрашиваю,
The
не
air
говорю.
in the room is starting to feel like
Они на трансляции просто x2 карта.
Хороший
вечером в
мусор,
жизни.
плохой мусор. Тебе похуй, ты чё, мразь? Во, дымок. Как же я сильно сыграл, и в итоге просрал момент.
как же он сильно сыграл.
Что такое?
You should totally
мне
sit
давай
karaoke
рассказывай.
here. The first chance you get.
Интересно вроде.
Your emotions need to be
Да, ему
expressed.
предложили
People
рискнуть
need to know
жизнью и
your
снять
vast
галстук с
oceanic soul.
люстры.
Заманчиво.
Ну, с этого, с кондея.
Люстра с вентилятором тогда уже.
Of course, at this point, precise measurements of your soul can only be performed from through a PA system by other people. You should sing the sad small church song from that tape you found. Thought it was obvious.
Николай, у вас первый этаж из гипсокартона?
Нет,
Кирпич?
нет, газоблок.
Газоблок? Это неплохо.
Serves them right. Wipe that smirk off their face with your sad, tragic song. You would need another copy of the tape first, though. The one upstairs is destroyed.
Шлюха.
Ха-ха, инвалид.
Hello,
Ну, у
sweetie.
меня вообще-то имя есть.
Довольно оскорбительно.
You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
Два шутника сидят.
A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance. Everything is cool between you and this guy. He's a big fan. Make some small talk. A competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs. One of its wings broken. Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used. This is the great skua. The seabird is the symbol for the discovery of the Insulindian Isola. The part of the world you are. The small steel tag says as much. The great skua. Stegoarius skua.
Вот это он.
Look,
лютый тип.
your buddy is over there. Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
He pretends not to hear you. Constant.
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the...
He's very animated all of a sudden. This
That period of my life is over. Not everyone who
Слушай,
stands
ну,
behind a
ты
counter
слышал?
is a bartender, okay?
Дед.
I'm the cafeteria manager.
Я
I have
слушаю,
3
слушаю.
cafeterias to manage.
Я слушал
3.
Friendly Tiger
Sylvie
52.
tends the bar here, not me.
Силвак.
I'm only standing in.
52.
She just,
А-
you know...
his
52.
eyes dart from left to right.
Ау.
This man isn't lying.
А ты
but
не видел
it-
за ТикТок?
So
Нельзя
now you're...
останавливаться, а вот
Oh,
тут.
forget it.
Ау. 52. Ау. 52.
Да ты не останавливайся. В
Ау.
этом же суть.
Ау. 52. О нет, ты меня
Ау.
сбил в смысле? Ау. 52. Ау.
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket
52.
is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's
Ow.
waiting for someone.
Ау.
As you approach,
Ух,
he
я
narrows
убил
his eyes,
безумный
and
язык
on the
Алды.
sleeve of his bomber jacket, as well as on its back, are the same enigmatic white rectangles as on your blazer.
Hello, I'm
Чё
Kim
радостного
Кисураги,
такого?
Lieutenant,
Потому
Precinct
что я раза
57.
4 сейчас на нем сдох.
You must be from...
You realize
Ow.
he's waiting
Ow.
for your name.
52. Ау.
Concentration makes you squint your eyes.
Слушай, что-
Your name should be deep gold and orange, like a forest fire looming on the horizon,
Николай.
but mixed with the
Просто.
stench of liquor rising from your breath. You're 2 steps closer to it, but there are still many to go.
Okay then. It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you...
What he means is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied.
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews? Right. And the interviews? Good. But even if you haven't, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case.
Я так на экзамене пытался притворяться.
Я ж кашу
Что
подкопал
знаю.
уже все до конца.
Have you removed the dead body from the tree? So, the body is still where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner. After you, officer.
If you're about to embark on an investigation, shouldn't you have a badge?
You mean you don't have a badge?
Можешь притвориться. Ладно, нет.
Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party.
Так, сначала надо в участок звонить по-любому.
Участок.
Где
Я
он?
вот отмечено.
Before you stand, vapor emanates from the large engine. This must be the inferno. In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio, a scent of leatherwork and heavy fuel oils washes over you. The white suede feels luxurious under the touch, and the metal clutch handle so very familiar in your palm. The frequency tableau lights up, the soft purr of electric.
This is Precinct 57. Hello,
Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st precinct.
Operating the radio is easy. Just be confident. You've probably done it 1,000 times.
This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Under the green prime line, a yellow saved button catches your eye. You wonder what the lieutenant's default radio.
Just a second, officer.
10-2, 10-5.
The man uses relay.
10-4, message received. 10-5, relay message. What's your... 10-18, state your message, sir. 10-9, over. 10-4, message received. This is a very serious situation.
Is it him? What does he want?
Says he lost his badge and needs to report it.
He what? He lost his badge? Who lost his badge? Dick fucking Mullen. Who do you think?
It's Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity.
Dick Mullen is not your name. It's the name of a fictional detective who would defend yourself immediately. They're laughing at you.
He says this has probably happened to other policemen before him and laughs sarcastically.
Oh god damn it. Is he fucking kidding? The whole station's gonna be dicked for this.
Satellite Officer Vikmar is wondering if you might be joking and adds that this tarnishes the reputation of the entire station. Over.
Mullen dicked us.
Ten 4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you are in pursuit of your miss.
Fuck me. Mac, come here. You've got to hear this. Dick Mullen lost his badge.
What's going on?
Super copy,
He lost his what now? His badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge.
10-9, come again. I didn't get that. Over.
New heights even for Captain Sober.
Ask him. Ask him if he's lost his gun too.
Sergeant Orson wants to know if you lost your gun
Bleh.
too. Over.
Check your pockets. Check your... Holy fuck. You don't know where it is, do you? Okay, it's gone. Your gun is most definitely gone.
Не, надо поискать.
10-9, come in, officer. Did you get my question? We were wondering
Ну
about
надо,
your
надо
gun.
убеждать.
Over.
Even before you can get the words out, everything gets scrambled in.
He says he didn't lose his gun. Or his fun, whatever that means.
Ask him to describe it. His gun. Not his fun. Just the gun will do.
Satellite Officer McLean requests a description of your weapon. Over.
It's a single shot kill A9. An armistice to be precise.
Says it's a kill 9mm armistice.
Armistice? What, is he a fucking... Clearly he doesn't have his Villiers anymore. Dear God, he lost his gun? Oh my, I can't. This isn't really a laughing matter.
Mac can face a giant of Coco Nur by himself, but Disco hit made him piss his pants.
Oh, I can't. Fuck. He lost it.
I'm not going to.
Ask him.
Sergeant Orson here is wondering if you are still in possession of your genitalia. Over. That's a negative. Not going to say that. Over.
What's he saying? Share with the class.
He said he sodomized your mother.
The prick ate Mama's vanilla waffles at the captain's birthday party. Some nerve he's got.
Sure her vanilla waffles were the only thing he ate?
Shut up, Chester. This isn't funny. This is my mom we're talking about. Tell him to apologize right now.
Sergeant Orson requests that you apologize for the claims you made about his mother. Over. Mac, he says you shouldn't have antagonized the firewalker in the first place.
Брутально.
Who?
Satellite Officer V. I'm afraid he might be referring to himself as Firewater, sir.
Firewater? He's lost it. Fuck it. Tell him to find his goddamn badge and gun. That's the only...
Satellite Officer V. Ten-4, affirmative. Officer is in...
Oh, God,
Вот это я сравниваю с рыбаком.
Officer, do you need further assistance? Over. Roger that. 10-10.
I am a gander and a hunter and a gather.
A simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up as he goes.
From another planet. Hey there. You sure are, my man. It's the jam, my man.
The air from the east is thick with the smell of crude oils, heavy metals and other byproducts.
It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike, scabs agitating. All around clusterfuck. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon days. Upon days.
old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing toward the sea. It looks as if it's been reassembled piece. A silver plaque. As you look up, you notice something about the statue. There are some odd indentations on the king's chest piece. Even by the standards of the Philippian kings, well, he blew through the whole national treasury, starting the decline of one of the penultimate century's greatest. His own maladministration foreshadowed Philip III's ludicrous bronze likeness looks. Something with great kinetic energy seems to have impacted the cuirass. Someone shot him in the heart. Interesting.
Okay, I can't see it, but I take your word. Well, Martinez is riddled with bullet holes. This place saw a lot of action during the revolution. But the statue is recently renovated, so maybe a joke? Target price? Why not? What this shows us is guns aren't too uncommon here, and people...
The king stands small, wrinkled woman does the photo, an ambrotype from the turn of the century, as golden as her smile. No response. Wherever this woman is, your words fail to reach.
Wait. She's just a distracted old woman. Better to leave. Why? I just...
Bastards! We have a right to work!
Welcome to Revachol.
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors... Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
What he means is, fixation on the Revacholian nation makes it harder for Revachol to actually attain self-determination.
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with? Of course. What can I help you with? Of course. Where to? No problem.
She's very welcome.
Of course. I won't hold you back.
If there's a corpse, then you're going to need those gloves for the autopsy.
Sure, keep them.
This post levanto, a faint sticker on the side reads, RCM Emergencies Desk number 811. The box seems eat shit pig, fucked by the coon, and sent G with a crown have been scribbled on it. Jenny is a whore, and the mailbox does not know how to man up. The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bed.
You can revisit the bench if you ever.
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open. Are you interested in a new and exciting book? Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you... My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside minding the register. Or feel free to step in and browse our wares. I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise, people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. Thank you, sir. I'm happy to help Mum out with the store.
Собираю бутылки, кстати.
Мог бы просто в реальную жизнь сыграть. Геймеры такие требовательные. Им нужна крутая графика и геймплей. Также что нужно ребятам? Старбух. Ну ты собираешь бутылки, а я сейчас ковыряю здорового дракона в жопу, чтобы он мне ничего не делал. Вообще, просто я сижу и нажимаю одну кнопку в течение 3-4 минут, чтобы бабок зафармить.
This is a wall on the side of an apartment building. You have no clue. So many walls all
Мы не
over
рискуем, мы не входим в азарт. Поставили, забрали.
Are you trying to sneak up on me?
Apparently, she doesn't like people's logic error. She is not.
Pig's come to take me out. Trying to snuff me out. Faggoty. Look at the ass on that.
Yeah, what's that noise down there?
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic. The tire tracks were left here by an unknown event that took place some days ago. Some of that rubber stuck to the tiles right in front of the and then accelerated straight into the driver proceeded to back before heading south. Must have been in a hurry.
I'm not sure. There are plenty of traffic accidents waiting to happen in Martinez. With the jam right here on the roundabout.
You could follow the track south. There seems to be an old call box with a matrix of push buttons. This trash container is locked. The body is downwind from here. Maybe you prefer the...
We could try using a pry bar. There's one in my motor carriage, or we could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags.
He might also have information. This is better than the pry bar. The body is down. An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite. Because it's nice and orderly, rhythmic pattern calms you. The man with the...
Mr. Gar.
Yes?
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41... Right. Now, I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene. It also took you a while...
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
This sounds like something you can use.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What,
Ай,
of
сука.
Martinez? No.
Ты как
I live in
разговариваешь?
Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many...
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need that.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here.
I didn't imply that. Detective.
He probably means this is where you step in and ask your questions. His face expresses profound doubt in your having this.
Haven't you asked me that already? What is it with you and this woman? She has nothing to do with this. Okay, you got me. She went away because of the dead body out back. And because I asked for her number.
Thank you.
I asked an employee out. She didn't want to come, but felt obliged to. It was a bad idea. Now, what is so goddamn fascinating about that for you? It's got nothing to do with the lynching. Good for you. Was there something else? I'd like...
Let's go.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real. Oh, you don't owe me shit. Well, officer, you're right. You don't owe me shit, you owe me...
We do not need to assert ourselves here. We only need instructions from him. This is the proprietor, remember?
You know, I get this all the time. Some hobo comes in here or some backpacking arsehole off the boat. The next day, when they can't make their fees, they get aggressive. I just never thought I'd be in this shit with a cop. Please, just give me... Let's see. 3 nights at a tariff of 20 real comes to 60 real. Then there's the window you annihilated. The hole in the window was the first thing I saw when I came to work. So don't try to tell me you didn't. That will be 4. Another thing you've annihilated is half the bar. You've run a tab of 30 real. Actually, more, but we'll round... What are you, brain damaged? Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room or 8 bottles of potent blend and 9 packs of Royal Extra. We use it for everything, really.
There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi looks for something in the...
I'm sorry, but he has to pay. I can't let him stay here any longer if he doesn't. If he doesn't have the money by tonight, then...
Officer, maybe you're better off working this from home for now. You live in Jamrock, right? It's not that far away.
Фу. Я убил рыцаря говнилу.
Officer, you really need to take this up with your station. I have a shortwave radio in my car. Call them. Ask...
Good luck.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up loud, and this place sure isn't it. But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere. You don't really know, do you? South, maybe. Doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money. Entertain the thought when you get the time. Maybe being a hobo and a cop has its advantages. The bed is cold.
The option to go to sleep becomes available every night.
The door is closed. There is no answer. You hear the shower being. Still no answer. Still nothing. The lieutenant gives you a quick. This door can only be opened with a key or from. A colorful piece of on the counter rolled out of his open hand. You see a blister pack of headache medicine. The man.
You've just picked up some magnesium. This item is stored in the bottom left corner of the screen above your character portrait.
It's a dock worker's ID, doubling as a shift card and a job permit. A young, able-bodied man stares back at you from the photo. Santiago S. John. That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already? Oh, excuse me. Do you have something better to do than lust for sweet syrupy rum and lemonade? With Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, a metallic...
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not
The pry bar, useful for opening all sorts of doors. It's robust, lets you see things. The pull-out tool. This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, whirling in red. Force time isn't happening. You've jammed the pry bar under the lid. There's a creaking sound as the pry bar slips under the lid. You hang from it like a moron. There's a creaking sound.
The quality of metal is not the problem. From what I see, it's sturdy enough. Let's ask the manager for the key. This is clearly not working.
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen, and you seem to be holding your breath. A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's
active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
He's about to blow! Cop's gonna blow, Kuno!
Kuno's got this!
If there ever was such a thing as an ugly kid, then this is it. He's almost exquisite in his ugliness.
Oh yeah! Nappa Gumpy, Kuno!
Can't talk, pig! Shit's coming up strong!
Shit coming up strong. That sounds good. Joyous. You should hang out with this kid and see what that juicy shit is all about. I mean drugs.
Yeah, Kuno! Ride the lightning, Kuno!
Kuno's riding it, see?
The rake, Kuno! You should throw the rake at...
The fuck does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener. Fuck no! Kuno doesn't buy that shit. Fucking entrap.
Fast. This kid has got street smarts.
Alright, entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got. What you got there? What you got, huh?
The kid moves his hands like a basketball player dribbling fast.
Right, pig. This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. What do you want with it? That's just some shit roofing gimps left behind.
He's hiding something. Of course, sire.
No, it's not fucking Kuno's.
He thinks you're fucking fool, Kuno. He says you climb the ladder up to your magic tree out.
Get the fuck out of here, pig. Kuno doesn't have a... Dunno. Kiptas gardener used to work there.
Kipt is a pejorative term used to describe people of South Seminese or Erie-Uppergite descent. It used to be a common...
Look, Kuno doesn't explain shit. Kuno just says shit.
Yeah, her. What was she doing in the greenhouse in March anyway? What fish is sometimes used to fertilize the soil a few weeks before planting something? Maybe she was... Yes, it seems suspicious. You don't like things being like that.
Don't be wondering about Kuno's shit, pig. Of course you... Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. Kuno doesn't...
Can I help you? Mine? No, it belongs to the...
Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you keep the
Why? To keep the hobo...
I thought as much.
Well, yes.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you. Prod at him and find out.
What do you need them for?
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Just bring them back once you're done, please.
This trash container with a well-oiled crack. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you shouldn't. Of course you should. The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
You see milk and egg rest with one broken egg in it. You've done this before. The movements are recorded in your elbows, the methodology in your fingers. You're used to this. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Baptiste Soleil, among the threadbare kitchen towels, something as the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from
the victim's clothes. Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong, drop them in here, officer. Guitar marked blue jeans. Pockets empty or emptied. He wore them with a belt, too. A white belt. The belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there?
Something slimy catches your eye. A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor.
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. Just garb.
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force. Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash, the lid was locked, and his establishment had the key. It's just a...
The lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash container. It's just organic waste, cold and... What's this? A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly damaged, but you can still make out form.
Officer, is that your paperwork? It is. Look, the plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form in there. If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash? Boring. Try dangerous. You should do a thorough inventory of that. Be sure some has not fallen into the hands of the RCM's enemies, organized crime or worse. Official. It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now,
some items, such as the ledger you found, are interactive.
Wow, an Armistice caliber 50 knock cannon, half wrapped in paper tissues. It's a giant rifle, and it's very expensive. Not as expensive as that fat. And is that Cordon Electric's preamp with Electra F2 tubes? It is. That catches quite a price. We're talking 12,000, easy. Unless you're into hi-fi yourself. That's too bad, because none of those things are actually in there. There's just food waste and crisp wrap. All you see is a broken mug with a racist depiction of the yellow man frolicking in saffron. Only in its social sensibility.
You've acquired an interactable item.
The container sounds a muffled gong.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all.
The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste. The container sounds a muffled gong. It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete. There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper. It's a metaphor for you. Thank you, waterlogged ledger, for spelling it out for us. It's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges are rounded, however. The U4 size board feels thick and heavy in your hand. Light shimmers on its wet. Something rattles inside, ever so lightly, and something small inside. Light, permeables. It's not hidden per se. The compartment is made for permeable materials. The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but with your hands, U4-sized pages hang from the clip, screwed. The two sides of the board appear slightly misaligned, like a drawer that's come. The slides snap back into place. It should be possible to just, without resistance or sound, 2 ticket stubs and a handmade postcard. It's slightly, ever so slightly, difficult to... It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off if you want. Still wet, the toilet paper peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is shake it off with your finger and voila! The ledger now looks marginally better. An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the surface is interrupted. Looks like an official mark, made to be low visibility outside the right circle.
What? That thing. It's a halogen watermark. We use it for adding information to RCM property. Any capable light with the right wavelength will do. All RCM vehicles have headlights designed to reveal halogen watermarks. Mine too.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn them.
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard, they're not exactly. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files, commit to paper. Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter." These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate, due to missing pages, and an odd It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases. What do you mean? Is that all? There is, for precisely 1 more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damp. Once all the tasks are accomplished, like a fan of gills, the checkered papers dry in your hand. You don't exactly close them. In the back, you see thin, translucent copy paper, some neon yellow, some bright red. Then rip them from the binder and hand them out, according to type. 3. The topmost are misconduct fines. The middle ones are station calls. And you don't have to be an intellectual giant to do. The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. The acidic stench of rotting food is rubbed off on the cellulose. It now forms the base of the experience. This base surrounded by a faint air of spoiled meat. You know, like the bits they put into public piss bowls. Probably called Fermi Discrete, or Axel, or something. At some point in its journey, the ledger has seen the inside of a public toilet. Your nose does not understand what it did wrong. Arson, petty theft, spousal abuse. You don't exactly close. Without resistance, 2 octopuses are smiling, reaching their tentacles toward each other in the colored pencil drawings. The tickets permit access. Thin wax paper has been glued to a piece of cardboard. Sounds like leaves rustling when you pick it up. You see violet flowers. It smells of chewing gum. Apricot, a touch of cinnamon, the end of summer. You think the label says tutti frutti. Familiar handwriting lines the inside of the card. A young woman in her 20s. There is care, effort. Harry, it begins. You're already reading. I wanted to write you a letter so you can read it when you wake up. Maybe it will make you happy. Your hand shakes, holding the card. Every morning when I step out and you're asleep behind me, it says, I find a little piece of sadness in me. Every step I take, it grows. By the time I reach the fuel station, it has filled me entirely. I step onto the light rail and look back. Sparks fall from the bow collector. I know it will be like you. Every step I take will get lighter. It almost makes me run. Sometimes I do. I can't believe I met you. I can't believe the happiness I feel. Kisses, kisses, kisses. You feel the air sucked out of your lungs and the blood sucked out of your head. Sparks fall like snow from the bow collector. You feel the ledger slip from your hand. No, hold on. To what?
Detective, is everything all right?
There is nothing. Again. Well, almost nothing. There is the ground below you. That's still there. That's me. Blue eyes, that's me. Is it? The world is gone.
A bitter, caustic sense of loss remains, even in the darkness.
The call when you're dead.
Here in the Paleo-Mammalian Court, because it's always there.
Tell him.
Ah, yes. In the olfactory system, they call it the apricot chewing gum scented one. It didn't smell nice. It smelled like betrayal.
Bloated corpse of the past resurfacing.
Beautiful. Believe me, stupid ape, its lack of beauty was not the problem.
You think they would let you? Until you disintegrate into
Yes, they're pouring some.
It's delicious. Glowing lights on a dashboard emerge out of nothingness. In the upholstered cabin of Lieutenant Kitsuragi's motor carriage, seated in the driver's basket, the air is thick.
Drink. Water.
The water is cold, silvery, the stuff of life itself, as it...
Drink. You haven't drunk water in 2 days. Did you know the human body is not made to survive?
With greedy gulps, you down half a liter of cold water. Some of it spilled.
What happened? You were reading your paperwork. Then you passed out. I carried you to my kinema to take 10 minutes, maybe. That does sometimes happen.
He replies with such understanding, it's as if the burnt-out ruins of the past...
You dropped these. Are you okay to proceed? Good.
The ledger of failure and hate.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out tool.
All right. Ready?
The dashboard, like a leopard, the lights on.
There you go. I'll turn.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone. As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, and
there she is.
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens. No, the rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol.
Let me see. Right here. Oh, yes.
There are many of them, and they are divided. The first row has 18 dots. The next is the longest. It runs all the way around the... You count 216 perforations. The last row has 3 perforations. That's it.
Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics.
Alpha male officers who are proud of their numbers often do.
The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered? Yes, that does seem quite likely. Your youth coincided with some heady days. This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases. Closed is good. Wow, more than 200. It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers. Right. Those are your confirmed kills. You've got precisely 3 perforations there. For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, there are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful for.
The lieutenant nods.
Right. I'll go to...
You can now see your statistics on your journal.